Welcome to Psychology and Writing. I'm Jennifer Carr, author, marriage and family counselor, and former high school AP psychology teacher. If you've heard me teach psychology and writing before, you've probably heard me say that in order to write better stories, you absolutely must invest in creating realistic and relatable characters. One of the most effective ways I've provided is to encourage you to take personality tests on behalf of your characters. My favorite assessment is the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, which I've covered in a previous lesson. It's quick, it's easy, and you can find all kinds of resources that will help you create a very detailed character profile. There are 6 main frameworks within personality psychology that exists, and within each of those frameworks exists multiple psychologists with his or her own ideas of how to determine a human's personality. What's great about that is that you, the author, have access to every single one of them to help you create and develop your story's characters. One of those frameworks is called trait theory, and one of the most popular ideas in trait theory is called McRae-Costa or Ocean model. This model explains what are called the big 5 personality factors, and the reason this model can be beneficial to you, the writer, is because it's consistently observed in more than 50 diverse nations, both Eastern and Western. It supports a genetic component to personality, which means that these traits seem to represent a common human structure of personality that transcends cultural differences. So if you were to write a character from Great Britain and one from Portugal, these are personality traits that each character could possess to different and varying degrees. Also known as the 5-factor model, this model is widely accepted for understanding personality traits. The 5 personality traits are openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. Each trait is made up of a set of related facets, and together they provide a comprehensive picture of a person's personality. This theory has been used extensively in psychology research, but it can also be applied to character development in writing. And today we'll explore how the Big 5 personality theory can be used to create well-rounded and compelling characters in fiction. We'll provide examples of characters that embody each of the 5 personality traits, and we'll discuss how these traits can shape a character's behavior, motivations, and relationships. Let's start by looking at the traits in more detail. The first one is openness. Openness is characterized by imagination, curiosity, and a willingness to try new things. People who score high in openness tend to be creative, intellectual, and open-minded. They enjoy exploring new ideas and experiences, and they are often seen as unconventional or nonconformist. A character who embodies openness might be a free-spirited artist who is always experimenting with new techniques and styles. This character might be drawn to unconventional lifestyles and might be comfortable with taking risks. They might also be open to new relationships and experiences, and they might have a tendency to question authority. An example, Amelia, a young artist who is constantly seeking inspiration for her work. She's always experimenting with different materials, techniques, and she's just never satisfied with the status quo. She's open to new ideas and perspectives and is always eager to learn from others. Amelia tends to be somewhat unconventional in her lifestyle, and she has a tendency to question authority, challenge the status quo, but her openness makes her an interesting and engaging character. But it can also make her vulnerable and lead to being taken advantage of by others. Conscientiousness is characterized by responsibility, dependability, and focus on long-term goals. People who score high in conscientiousness tend to be organized, reliable, and self-disciplined. They're often seen as hardworking and dependable. They tend to be successful in achieving their goals. A character who embodies conscientiousness might be a dedicated and focused professional who is always striving for excellence in their work. They might have a strong sense of responsibility and a commitment to their personal values. They might also be seen as reliable and dependable by their colleagues and friends. So, let's take Alex, for example. Alex is a successful business executive who is known for his attention to detail and his ability to achieve results. Alex is highly organized, he's disciplined, and has a strong sense of responsibility to his company and his team. He's also deeply committed to his personal values and principles and always strives to do what is right, even when it's difficult. Alex's conscientiousness makes him a reliable and respected character, but it can also make him a little inflexible and rigid in his thinking. Extroversion is characterized by sociability, assertiveness, and a preference for stimulation. People who score high in extroversion tend to be outgoing, talkative, and energized by social interactions. They enjoy being around people and often seek out new experiences and excitement. A character who embodies extroversion might be a charismatic and outgoing personality who is the life of the party. They might be highly social and enjoy meeting new people and trying new things. They might also be assertive and confident, and they might thrive in situations where they can be the center of attention. Here's our example. Sarah, a young actress who's always the center of attention wherever she goes. She has a magnetic personality and is highly sociable, often seeking out new experiences and relationships. Sarah is highly confident and assertive, which allows her to take risks and pursue her dreams without fear. Her extroversion makes her a dynamic and engaging character, but it can also make her impulsive and prone to making rash decisions. Agreeableness is characterized by concern for others, cooperation, and a tendency to avoid conflict. People who score high in agreeableness tend to be empathetic, compassionate, and considerate of others' feelings. They prioritize relationships and are often seen as friendly and warm. A character who embodies agreeableness might be a kind-hearted and generous person who's always looking out for others. They might be highly empathetic and skilled at navigating interpersonal relationships. They might also be conflict averse and have difficulty asserting themselves in difficult situations. Let's take Michael, for example. He's a social worker who's dedicated to helping others and making a difference in the world. He's deeply empathetic and compassionate, and he always puts the needs of others first. Michael is skilled at building relationships and has a natural ability to connect with people from all walks of life. However, his agreeableness can sometimes lead him to being taken advantage of by others, and he struggles with asserting himself when necessary. Neuroticism is characterized by emotional instability, anxiety, and a tendency to experience negative emotions. People who score high in neuroticism tend to be sensitive and reactive to their environment, and they may experience high levels of stress and anxiety. A character who embodies neuroticism might be a highly sensitive and emotional person who struggles with managing their feelings. They might be prone to anxiety and worry. They may have difficulty coping with stress or adversity. However, they might also be deeply introspective and self-aware, and they may have a unique perspective on the world. Let's take Ava, a young writer who struggles with anxiety and depression. She is highly introspective and spends a lot of time reflecting on her thoughts and feelings. Ava is deeply empathetic and is often able to connect with others who are experiencing similar struggles. However, her neuroticism can also lead her to be overly sensitive, self-critical, and prone to self-doubt, which can hinder her creative process. The Big Five personality theory can be a powerful tool for creating well-rounded and realistic characters in fiction. By incorporating each of the 5 personality traits into a character's personality, you can create a complex and dynamic character that is capable of growth and change over the course of your story. One of the benefits of using the Big Five personality theory in character development is that it can help you avoid stereotypes and one-dimensional characters. By focusing on a character's unique combination of personality traits, you can create a character that is unique and authentic with strengths and weaknesses that are true to their personality. In addition, the Big Five personality theory can also provide insights into a character's behavior, motivations, and relationships. For example, a character who scores high in neuroticism might struggle with managing stress and anxiety, which could impact their relationships with others. A character who scores high in agreeableness might prioritize relationships over personal goals, which could create conflict and tension throughout the story as well. Of course, it's important to note that no one fits neatly into any one personality category, and there is a lot of overlap amongst the 5 traits. Therefore, it's important for writers like yourself to use the Big Five personality theory as a tool rather than a strict set of guidelines. It provides a framework for creating complex and dynamic characters in fiction. Ultimately, however, it's up to you, the writer, to use your creativity and imagination to bring your characters to life, and the Big Five personality theory can serve as a helpful starting point for that process. I hope you've enjoyed exploring the Big Five personality model and its application to character development. Remember, creating realistic and relatable characters is key to captivating storytelling. By incorporating personality traits like the Big Five, you can breathe life into your characters and transport your readers to new realms of imagination. But your exploration doesn't have to end here. If you're ready for more knowledge and eager to enhance your writing skills, I would encourage you to check out my other videos on character development and other uses of psychology in writing. Thanks for watching, and remember to keep honing your craft. Happy writing, and may your characters always shine bright.